All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachaha Kwadash. Double honor to the oldest and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom Barakathum. And this is going to be an explanation of Zechariah, the 8th chapter, which Christians hate. Okay. And this chapter, all right, pretty much explains almost in isolation. Now, there's other precepts, obviously, that you can go to, but this chapter alone explains what's happening in the New Testament and the conditions, the pretext, the context of what Yahweh Shai commissioned the 12 disciples, later the apostles, to do, which is to go preach the word to the Israelites, okay, not to every man, all right? And when you read this chapter, which we'll read through it, I believe it's 23 verses, not to make it too long, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So whenever a Christian tries to tell you that salvation is for everybody, or the Lord has a new apple of his eye, okay, he switched up, and now he's dealing with all of the heathen. Well, this should be one of the anchor scriptures that cuts all of this. So let's read. All right, this is Zechariah 8:1. It says, "Again, the word of the Lord Yahweh of hosts came to me, saying, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury." All right, so this explains why we went into captivity. All right, the Lord was angry with us, and what was the root of that anger? Jealousy. Now, do you get jealous of a woman that you don't care about? All right. Do you get jealous over things that you're still not emotionally invested into? The answer is no. All right. This is the context that we have already with us being cast off. All right. The Lord was angry with, he was jealous. Why was he jealous? All right. Verse 3, it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I am returned unto Zion, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem." So the Lord forgave us. Okay, that's what it means to return. It means to repent, to turn back to. All right, when you read Ezekiel, the 16th chapter, you can see all of the things that pissed the Lord off. Okay, he kept dressing us up in fine linen and garbs and putting precious stones and jewelry on us, and then all for us to go back and play in the filth. Okay, to take on other men, using the analogy of a woman or a wife. Okay, we were likened unto a harlot, and the Most High pretty much straight up called us that. All right, because it was harlot-like behavior. All right, but it says, verse 3, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I am returned unto Zion, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth, and the mountain of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the holy mountain." Okay, when did this happen? Okay, did this happen already? All right, let's look up, when did Zechariah live? Okay, it should be around the time of the Babylonian period. Okay. Oh, Salakia. So this would be around the Persian period, who came right after the Babylonians. Okay, so you had the Assyrians; they were taken down by the Neo-Babylonians. The Neo-Babylonians were taken down by the Persians. The Persians were taken down by the Greeks, and the Greeks were taken down by the Romans. Okay, so this is around that time period. So the kingdom of Babylon is already destroyed. All right. Or it's been usurped by the Persians. It says he was a contemporary. Salakia. Zechariah the prophet lived during the late centuries, 6th century BC, 520 to 518 BCE. It says he was contemporary of Haggai, and was active during the early Persian period, specifically during the reign of King Darius. All right. So ask yourself, has this happened yet? From 500 BC, all right, which you had a lot of prophets living, basically around this time, or close to around this time. All right. So when you go back and you read, it says that Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth and the mountain of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the holy mountain. This is not the time of King Solomon, okay? Where we had a righteous kingdom established. All right. So this alludes to something that's going to happen in the future. Verse 4, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. All right. It says, and the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. All right. So this is representing a time of joy, of peace. And the world has not seen peace, especially since Esau's been on the scene. Verse 6, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant, of his people in these days, what days are these? Should it also be marvelous in mine eyes, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country. All right. So when people go, what do they go to? Is it Matthew 28? What is it? The Great Commission. Matthew 28 and 16. And then the 11 disciples went away into Galilee, into a mountain where Yahushua had appointed them. And they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. All right. And Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, Salakia, it says, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. All right. So what this means is he finished his mission on earth. Now he's going to sit at the right hand of the Father, and now he has his inheritance. Okay. He did what was required of him of the Father, and now he has his inheritance. But what does he say? He says, go ye therefore and teach all nations. All right. And Christians will look at this and say, look, every person in the on the planet Earth, you're supposed to go teach them. Okay. But what is the scriptures really saying? What's the context? It says, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. All right. Teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. All right. So Christians will read this and say, look, he says all nations. All right. And when you look the word nations up, I believe it's ethnos. Okay. And so they'll go to this. They say, look, it says ethnos, and therefore you gotta go deal with everybody. Okay. But then they'll read Matthew 10, okay, and just ignore it. It says, Matthew 10 and 5, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentile, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Okay? Now, where it gets confusing, okay, I believe it's in Romans. Okay. Let me search Romans. You can search just one chapter here on the blue letter. Okay. I believe it's Romans 3. Yeah, Romans 3 and 29. It says, is he the God of the Jews only? He is not also of the Gentiles? He says, yes, of the Gentiles also. So they'll read this, okay, and then they'll go back to this, where it says go not into the way of the Gentiles, and then they'll just get confused. All right. They don't know how to reconcile the scriptures and piece things together. But what this means is, okay, in Romans 3 is the name that the Israelites will be called by. Okay. There's a particular name, okay, that the Romans were called by. All right. What did Paul say? In Romans 9, okay, it says, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach, from my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption. Okay, so why is he saying that in the same chapter? Because the Gentiles are not synonymous with the Romans. The Gentiles are the Israelites that are called Gentiles, who are among the Romans. All right, we're on a mission. Okay, and this is what they don't get. This is what they don't understand. Okay, so they get all caught up in their feelings about things. But let's go back to Zechariah chapter 8. Okay. Going to verse 7 again. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west. So there's another clue. So let's recap real quick. The Lord put us off. He was jealous. Okay. Then he said he's going to come back to us. All right. And then we shall be called a city of truth. All right. Meaning it's going to be declared that we're his people. He's going to make it known to the whole world who we are. All right. It's going to be a period of joy. It says, and then it says here, but behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west. So it's another clue that when he returns to us, we're already scattered. We're all over the place. All right. It says, and I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God in truth and in righteousness. All right. He didn't promise this to any other nation. All right. But we would be among them. All right. Verse 8, Salakia, verse 9, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, let your hands be strong, ye that hear in these days these words by the mouth of the prophets. All right. Why does it say that? Okay. Because the Lord will commission particular men to just get it, to understand what's happening. All right. And those are the prophets today. All right. And Christians don't read this. So they don't hear these words. And if you try to tell it to them, it just goes in one ear and out the other. They're going to go, yeah, but Romans. Yeah, but Ephesians here, or something else they'll go to, okay, to try to prove their point, because they don't really, they have to ignore the context. They have to in order for their doctrine to make sense. Okay, verse 10, it says, for before these days there was no hire for man, nor any hire for beast, neither was there any peace to him that went out or came in because of the affliction. For I set all men every one against his neighbor. All right. So before these days, that's in the days that we're on right now. Okay. And you're seeing a lot of affliction, a lot of people, that spirit of division that Yahushua preached that would be in the earth before he returned. Okay. This is what we see going on. For I set all men, every one against his neighbor. All right. So that's the chronology. This is where we are. Okay. It says, verse 11, but now I will be unto the residue of this people, as in the former days, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. So he's going back. The residue goes into the remnant of people, because a lot of our people are going to get caught up. They're going to perish in this chaos mentioned in verse 10. Okay. Famine, plague, sword, pestilence. These are all things coming to our enemies that we're going to witness, that's going to coincide with our deliverance. Okay. It says, but now I will not be unto the residue of this people as in the former days, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Okay. You know why? Because historically, when we couldn't keep the law, the Lord punished us, and you know we went into captivity. Okay, over and over and over again. But what is this alluding to this time? This really is alluding to the new covenant. All right, verse 12: For the seed shall be prosperous, the vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give their due. And I will cause the remnant of this people to possess all things. All right. That means we're going to possess everybody, every person, every place, everything. Okay. And this is not the only time that it's mentioned. Okay. Psalms 2:8, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. All right. So this is something that's repeated in the scriptures. Now, how is this going to be open for everybody if everybody else, if the other heathen are going to be a possession? Okay. And the Lord reaffirms this over and over and over again. Okay. Going back, Zechariah 8 and 13. All right. Well, I'll read verse 12 again. For the seed shall be prosperous, the vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her increase. All right. And the heavens shall give their due, and I will cause the remnant of this people to possess all things. Now, when you imagine all this going on in the earth, men are being plentiful, the earth is being plentiful. This is going to return back to essentially how it was in the Garden of Eden, man. The earth is going to be a paradise again. All right. But only for a particular group of people. Why? Because it says here, and I will cause the remnant of this people to possess all things. I mean, you're going to be owned. All right. Y'all are going to be property in the kingdom. And this is the bitter part for the other nations to swallow, but oh well. Okay. This is the will of the Lord at the end of the day. All right. Verse 13, and it shall come to pass that as ye were accursed among the heathen, O house of Judah and house of Israel. All right. This is alludes to the curses. And when it says we're among the heathen, again, that's why there's a gathering taking place. That's why there's a sifting. That's why the Lord has to separate wheat and tare. Why? Because we're mingled. All right. We're not sitting in the land today like some people are claiming to be. We're mingled among every nation. Okay. And we're cursed among these people. So we're at the bottom of every nation. All right. It says, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. All right. This is why it says in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, they're going to be amazed. Okay. At the strangeness of our salvation. All right. And when you read the scriptures, it all makes sense if you have eyes to see. Okay. Oh, it's Salakia. Wisdom of Solomon 5. Then shall the 5 and 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. How is that going to happen? Because we're going to be cursed among the heathen, like it says here. Okay. It says, O house of Judah and house of Israel, that's the northern and southern kingdom. Okay. Where the scriptures say we would be what? Oppressed together. Now, how did that happen? When you go back, it's in Jeremiah somewhere. Yeah, Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah, meaning Israel the northern kingdom, Judah the southern kingdom, were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. All right? This is the context, man. Okay? It all lines up. So when you go back to Zechariah 8, okay, and you see this again at verse 13, and it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah and house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. All right. Why is it saying that? Because our salvation is here. Going back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Why are they going to be amazed and astonished? Because the people that are claiming to be the people are not the people. And the people that nobody said were the people, we got mocked and made fun of for even claiming it. All right. It's going to be found out that we are the people. That's written in, I always get it mixed up, Hosea or Amos, the first chapter, 1 and 10. Okay. It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he who we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life as madness and his end to be without honor. This is the disposition that the heathen would be in. All right, when they see who the Lord is really dealing with, and we're already feeling it from these Christians. They're mad that we even have the audacity to say we're we're an Israelite. All right. Where is that? Lo ami. Hosea 1 and 8. Now when she had weaned La Rohama, she conceived and bare a son, then said the Most High, call his name Lo ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. Yet the number of children shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered, and it shall come to pass, all right, that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, vocab, okay, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. And how is the Lord going to do this? He's going to lift up a standard. There's going to be miracles, spiritual powers going on, supernatural events, signs in the heavens. All right. Everything is going to point to who we are. All right. And this happened in the ancient world during the time of the apostles. Okay. People were convinced by what? By miracles. Okay. So a lot of context is missing, and they get mad, okay, because nobody buys what you're selling anymore as you Christians, okay. All right, Zechariah chapter 8, verse 14, it says, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, as I thought to punish you when your fathers provoked me to wrath. More context on how we got here. All right, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, I repented not. All right, so the Lord suffered us to have 7 captivities, okay? 7 major captivities, I should say, because we caught hell under the different nations around us in the time of the judges, okay? But then you had the Assyrian captivity, the Neo-Babylonian captivity, the Persian captivity, okay? The Greek captivity, that's 4. The Roman captivity, all right? And then you have the second Roman captivity. Okay, I think I missed one. You know. So the Lord couldn't be more clear. Okay, unless you just have cognitive dissonance, or just the spirit is not on you to understand it. Okay, it says. Verse 15, so again have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. Fear ye not. Okay, so his anger is coming off of his people, and it's being transferred on to the wicked. All right, this is what the day of vengeance is about. This is what the day of wrath, the day of darkness. Okay, that's what that's about. Okay, why is it called vengeance? The day of vengeance. Okay. Like the scriptures say that in Isaiah, there's a controversy in Zion. All right. Nobody has been wronged in the planet Earth more than our people. Okay. We'll never get it in this side how much wickedness has been done to us. You know, we'll find out in the kingdom just how deep and how wide the scope is of wickedness that was done to us. All right. So the Lord is angry. Verse 16. These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man to the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. All right. And so that we're going to be ruling, man. All right. We're gonna be the world police, like America's trying to pretend to be. All right. It says, verse 17, and let none of you imagine evil in your heart against his neighbor. All right. What does neighbor mean? That doesn't mean everybody. Okay. It's talking about fellow Israelites. All right. It says, and love no false oath. All right. It says, for all these are things that I hate, saith the Lord Yahweh. All right. So the Lord wants us in a spirit of reconciliation. He's reconciling and forgiving us. We got to reconcile and forgive each other. Okay. And that's going to happen. The northern kingdom and the southern, when the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom click up, get ready to watch Esau, watch him melt in fear. Okay. And that's when he's going to come down having great wrath. Okay. It says, and the word of the Lord Yahweh of hosts came unto me, saying, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, the fast of the 4th month, and the fast of the 5th, and the fast of the 7th, and the fast of the 10th shall be unto the house of Judah joy and gladness and cheerful feasts. All right. Therefore, love the truth and peace. Okay. Going down to verse 20, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and inhabitants of many cities. All right. Why is that? Because the rest of the world is going to be jacked up, so to speak. Okay. And then everyone's going to know what happened. America's going to be destroyed. You know, you read Revelation 18 about how they're all going to be crying because they're not able to get rich anymore. And there's going to be a new sheriff in town, so to speak. All right. Verse 21. And the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before the Lord Yahweh and to seek the Lord Yahweh of hosts. I will go also. When you read other chapters of Zechariah, it speaks about the nations just having to deal with us now. Okay, they have to worship our high holy days. Okay. So when we're in verse 19, when we're having these feasts, they're to have the same high holy day and feast. And if they're not with it, there's not going to be any rain. You can read that as well as Zechariah. Okay. It says, and to seek the Lord Yahweh of hosts, I will go also. Yeah, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord Yahweh of hosts in Jerusalem and to pray before the Lord Yahweh. All right. And we're going to be the temple. Okay. These heathen, we're going to be all over the earth. We're going to have districts and land in all parts of the earth, and they're going to have to come to their resident Israelite, okay, to get the breakdowns on how the soil works, you know, how to plant, how to deal with your woman, okay. There's the law, the ways of life are going to be out in the earth. We're going to be that light, okay, and if they're not with it, we're going to beat the shit out of them, okay, because it's not in heathen to do the right thing. And this is the part that they get mad at, okay? But it's not your inheritance, okay? We are the ones that inherit everlasting life, the children of Israel, okay? It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, because they're all going to speak Hebrew, okay? And they're all gonna go after our ways, all right, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. All right. I wonder what the cross references is on this. If anything came out. I don't really see anything. But this is gonna go down, okay? And you can read Zechariah the 2nd chapter as well to get even more. Look, God's favor to Zion. What does favor mean? Okay. Okay. Favor can mean several things depending on context: approval or support, a positive attitude or preference towards someone or something. All right? A helpful act or gesture, advantage or benefit, a condition that gives an upper hand. All right? Divine blessing in a religious sense, it refers to God's grace or goodwill. All right? So no other nation is going to get this. We are. Okay? Look at what this says, Zechariah 2:6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north. Where do we hear that from? Come out of her, my people, in Jeremiah 51. All right? That ye be not partakers of her plagues. It says, flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord Yahweh, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord Yahweh. So again, we were spread. Okay? And it says, flee from the land of the north. So that don't mean physically. All right? That means withdraw spiritually from this place. All right? Verse 7, deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest within, with the daughter of Babylon. So we're going to be among the Babylonians. Okay? Now, mind you, Zechariah wrote this after the Babylonian captivity. Okay? So this can't be talking about the Babylon of old. Okay? This cannot be talking about the Neo-Babylonian Empire. Okay? And we're dwelling with the daughter of Babylon. All right? And where else can we link the daughter of Babylon to? I believe it's in Psalms. Psalms 137:7. Remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom. Okay, that's important. Who are the Edomites? Are they gone? Are they done away with? Well, the Christians would like you to think so. Okay, it says, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. And then look at what he calls them. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Okay? You know, King David didn't live during the time of the Babylonian captivity. All right? What is this talking about? David was prophesying. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Why is he speaking in past tense over the Babylonians that haven't happened yet? Huh? Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. And this is the coldness of the Most High that the Christians just can't wrap their heads around. That they're gonna be put in brutal conditions, just like we were. They think they're just gonna skate by and get a little light tap on the wrist. They're gonna have to pay some taxes, and that's it. No. Y'all gonna pay way more than taxes. Okay. Anyway, I'll end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashim Rachakodah Shalom. Kwam Yasharallah. On to the next.